Hi everyone, welcome back for another episode of Adams for the Love of Movie Picks. And have I got a new one for you tonight there, folks. Instead of the typical movie review that I would normally do, this one's kind of fun. I got to do something tonight I haven't done in a couple of years since pre-pandemic, end of 2019. I actually went to the movie theater to see a movie. So that was kind of neat. So I'm going to review a movie from that aspect. But yeah, let's talk about that. Yeah, so just between obviously the pandemic, initially in the pandemic, the movie theaters were closed outright, and then even when they reopened, it just wasn't the same. Like you had the restrictions between the 6 feet and the masking mandates and just all the COVID policy nonsense. It just wasn't the same experience. And then like even some of the ones that like are you kind of isolate anyways when you go like the drive-in. Just between either not good movies over the last few years and not good enough movies, I should say, to want to go to the drive-in or just not having the time. I haven't actually had a chance till tonight to go to back to the theater. So it was fun to go back and get back to a somewhat sense of normal. And I would have probably recorded some footage actually as I'm leaving the theater, but unfortunately the camera on my phone is still broken. So here we are. So the movie that I went to see tonight is Minions: The Rise of Gru. So basically, you could say Minions 2 because they had the Minions standalone film in 2015. Now they've released this sequel. So basically, obviously, it takes place after the initial Minions, and before I guess the first Despicable Me. So basically, the Minions at this point, you know who they are. You've established, their adult or relationship with Gru as an adult, and this movie is basically just showing how they became so close with Gru as Gru was a kid. So it takes place in the 70s. Gru is a kid, just kind of starting out as a supervillain. And you get to learn a little bit about Gru and the Minions, in the early stage of the relationship of the Minions' relationship with Gru. The movie was absolutely hysterical. Like the original Minions is funny. This to me was even funnier. Like the Minions are always funny. Like they're quirky, they're weird, you can't understand what they're saying for the most part, but they still manage to make you laugh. There's lots of funny parts in this one, both for the young and old alike, and kids and adults. It's just a really good movie. I don't know many people alive that like the Minions to begin with. That don't really like the Minions, or have gone to see the movie that don't like Minions. They're just kind of a unique concept for a character. Like they're just one of those things that it shouldn't work, and they do because they're just so wacky and fun and lovable. I highly recommend checking out the Minions Rise of Gru. Whether you want to go check it out in the theater like I did, or if you want to wait till it comes out on video, either way, I don't think you would be disappointed, folks. And I just want to say, now that we're kind of back to a somewhat normal world, I know COVID's still out there, but it's not 100% like it was before. Get yourself out to the theater. For me, the theater was something I love doing, especially early on. Like, it's even before the pandemic, it's a struggle just because, the older you get, the busier your life is, and the less you can do these kind of things. And also, as opposed to in my younger years, like even my teenage years, the cost of going to the show has gone up too. So it's not, there was a time when I would probably be going once a week to see a movie. I was going that frequently, and now I'm lucky if I go once a month, if that. Like I'm talking pre-pandemic times, like before tonight kind of thing, like before the pandemic hit. I'd be lucky if I'd be going once a month, just between either wanting to see a good show or having the time to do it, or even having the money to do it, just because of how expensive it is. So, but even still, it's a fun experience. It's something I love from my childhood. I still like going to the show, even if I don't get out as much as I used to. So, get out there and see it, folks. Because you know what? One day, it may be all gone. Movie theaters may not exist. My opinion, I think at some point that's where we're going to be headed. It's just going to be a non-existent business. Everything's going to be just, live streamed right into your house. Is what I think. It may not be for many, many years down the road, but I think that's at some point where we're going to be headed. So enjoy it while it lasts there, folks. So I'm touching up, go get yourself out to the movies. If you haven't been in a while like I have, definitely check out Minions: The Rise of Gru. A hilarious movie. Love the Minions. Great storyline, great film, very funny. And there you are, folks. I might be back tomorrow night with another video. We'll see. If not, I will definitely catch you next week for another episode of Adams for the Love of Movie Picks. Have yourself a great night, and we'll see you next time.